Hey, it's Randy from Funeral Funds of America. In this video, I'm going to show you the actual cost for $20,000 worth of burial, cremation, final expense life insurance, or funeral funds for a 67-year-old male. Now, first thing you need to understand is you can go directly to our website. We have these free quotas on just about every page. And if you just select the state that you live in, and we are licensed in all 50 states, by the way, select the coverage amount, put your birthday in there, fill the rest of the info, click Get Quotes Now. It'll take you to a page that's going to show you the best companies with the lowest rates for the amount of coverage you're looking for. And this will really help protect you and make you a very smart shopper, as it were, because there's a lot of rates out there, TV and advertisement where they offer these really ridiculously low rates. And then you call them and it's really ridiculously low levels of coverage. And then they try to upsell you to plans that are often like 200% more expensive than a first day coverage plan. So take advantage of that. You'll enjoy it quite a bit. And then also 888-862-9456. You can call us at that number. One of our agents can run those numbers for you as well. So the first thing you need to ask yourself as a 67-year-old male is $20,000 going to take care of your final expense needs? Well, typically that's going to mean either cremation or burial. Now, for a cremation, the average cost of a cremation in the United States right now is between $1,000 to $2,000. That's if you come home in a cardboard box or an urn. If you're going to have a cremation in some sort of ceremony like a remembrance of life or celebration of life ceremony, something like that, that's probably going to be about $3,500 to $4,500. So we typically recommend you get a little bit more insurance than what it would cost today because, at age 67, we're hoping you make it to age 77, maybe 87. So we would typically recommend for just that cremation where you come home in a cardboard box or an urn, maybe $5,000 to $7,000. And if you're going to have that ceremony and cremation, probably $7,000 to $10,000. So that gives you a little bit more insurance right off the bat than you actually need. And that way, if there's any unexpected medical bills or other final expenses, that can be taken care of. But it also protects your policy for years or decades to come so that as price goes up due to inflation, you won't have to worry about your policy not being enough. Now, we don't recommend people typically over-insure. That's like get, maybe 25, 30,000 or something like that. And a lot of times that's happening because people will say, hey, I want to leave some money behind for my kids or family members, something like that. And it's nice to do that, but most of the people we work with are on a fixed or limited income. So when you get excessive amounts of coverage, the premium does go up. So we typically recommend just get what you need for your final expenses. If your budget's a little tight, you can get a smaller amount. You can always add more coverage later. We help people with that all the time. Now, for a burial, the average cost of a burial right now in the United States is right around $10,000. Now, so if you walk into a funeral home with a $10,000 check, chances are they're going to take it and they're going to get it done. But I can guarantee one thing, it's not going to be anything fancy. So just understand that's kind of the minimum as of right now. But we find it hard to believe that a funeral home would say no to a $10,000 check and let it walk out the door and go down the street to one of their competitors. So they get it done. But it's going to be very kind of frugal, perhaps. So at age 67, you're wanting to live longer than 67. You'll probably want to live to 77, maybe 87. So we would typically recommend getting somewhere between 10 to 20,000, 10, 15, 20,000, something like that. And again, if you can't afford to get 20,000, get 15. If you can't afford 15, get 10. We can always help you add more coverage later. Now, one thing we really recommend is first day coverage or benefits. That is so important. We do not recommend those plans with 2-year waiting periods. And we'll talk about that in just a moment here. But yeah, the first day coverage, what that means is hypothetically, if your policy started today and you died tomorrow, the insurance company would have to pay out that $20,000 worth of coverage. And, that's what you want. You don't want a waiting period. Now, a lot of people would say, I do. Yeah, Randy, you're right. I do like the first day coverage, but those plans ask health questions and I'm not in the best of health. To which we say, hey, that's our responsibility, not yours. So we work with enough different insurance companies. They all have different underwriting questions. They all have different underwriting. And we're typically right around 95% of the time, we're getting people first day coverage or benefits. So let us worry about that. We're terrific at what we do. The only reason you wouldn't be able to get that first day coverage is if you had something really significant going on health-wise, like maybe you had a terminal illness and you're going to pass away in the next 12 months, or you had dementia, or you're on dialysis, or in a hospital, or in a nursing home. If that were the case, we would probably recommend refer you to another insurance company. Also, what seems to happen, gosh, it seems like it happens on a weekly basis. Somebody will call up and say, hey, we had a family member pass away, and this last week, and they didn't have any insurance. We don't have any money, and now their body's down at the morgue, and the funeral home director is not going to do anything until he gets a check in his hand. So we need to get this insurance real quick so we can get a check to us, and we can get that check to the funeral home. And we have to let them know that there's no insurance company in America that's going to issue a policy after somebody has died. You got to be alive to qualify for these plans. And it's really sad. It's just absolutely tragic that somebody died and left this burden for others to pay. What a terrible way to be remembered. You know, what a terrible legacy to have, that every time your name comes up, everybody goes, oh yeah, they made us pay for this stuff. And, you know, we didn't have the money and we had to finance it, and it took us 5-6 years to pay off. Just, you know, everybody knows they're going to die. We just don't know when. Could be 20 minutes, could be 20 years. This insurance is affordable. Just get this insurance and get it done so that, you know, you don't leave this burden on anybody else. That's not the right thing to do. Don't be that kind of a person. So let's talk about those 2-year waiting period plans. Yeah, we don't recommend those at all. So let's talk about those 2-year waiting period plans. Now, Colonial Penn, probably one of the more well-known ones, I should say. You know, I think they're just well-known because they advertise so much on TV. Seems like every 7 minutes, there's like one of those $9.95 commercials. And a lot of people don't know that $9.95 plan is a 2-year waiting period plan. Yuck, right? Yuck. And there's other companies out there that offer those 2-year waiting periods. Let's see, there's Mutual of Omaha, their United of Omaha line, and there is AIG and Gerber, and there's just a host of other ones out there too. And a lot of these companies have done a really great job of convincing the American public that the only thing they're going to qualify for after age 50 is a 2-year waiting period plan, to which we say, do not fall for such nonsense, because we help people with first day coverage all day long. So yeah, don't fall for that. Now, a lot of 67-year-old males would see that $9.95 commercial, and they would probably think, aha, I got the better of Colonial Penn because I waited until age 67 to get this, and I'm probably going to get probably $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, maybe $50,000 for only $9.95. And then they talk with a Colonial Penn agent, or they go on their website like we have done here, and they see that 1 unit of coverage for a 67-year-old male, $9.95, is $802. Now, I don't even think $802 is going to get a cremation done anywhere in the United States. Not any place legitimate anyway. And it doesn't really matter because Colonial Penn's got a 2-year waiting period. So it wouldn't pay out in the first 2 years anyway. And we know things are going to be more expensive in 2 years than they are right now. So why would you ever get a plan that it's not even going to do the job? And, you know, a lot of people would say that there's companies out there that will offer really low teaser rates that seem too good to be true, that end up being too good to be true, just to get people to call in, and then they try to upsell them. And we're not saying that's happening here, but maybe you be the judge on that one. Let's take a look here, though. So we're trying to get $20,000. Now, the thing with Colonial Penn is you can only get 15 units of coverage. And look at 15 units at $802, 15 times that. We're not going to get to 20,000 here. That you can only get $12,030. And that's going to cost you right around $150. I mean, it's $149.25. That's right. May as well be $150. So let's do this. Let's go see if we can get $20,000 worth of first day coverage and see if we can even maybe save money. I think we can. Let's take a look. So we've got $20,000 for a male, age 67. We're going to click Get Quote Now. And then, again, this is $12,000 for 150. We come back here. Look at this. I'm going to go up and show you again, just so you know there's no trickery going on here. $20,000. This is $115 for $20,000 versus Colonial Penn, where you're going to get $12,000 for $150. Oh my gosh. Right? So that's like $35 difference. And it's like $8,000 worth of coverage difference. So $35 lower and you get $8,000 more coverage. Why would you ever go with a policy that costs so much more? We're seeing on average that Colonial Penn is like 200% higher than our lowest price first day insurance company. And that's what this means. Level means first day coverage. We can help you qualify for this company. They're a great company. So if you think about that, $35 more a month, that is right at around $420 a year. If our 67-year-old male lives to age 77, he will have overpaid right around $4,200. So Colonial Penn will allow you to overpay on that plan for the rest of your life and stick you with that 2-year waiting period when you could quite possibly and generally quite reliably get first day coverage. Why would you ever do that? Why would you ever do that? Makes no sense to me. Let's go over here. Let's find some other insurance company or companies. So, I mean, this is $115. I mean, you look at Lumico here. We see them once in a while. That's level coverage. That is $126, $11 more a month. Let's just round it to 10 for easy math. That's $120 a year. You'd overpay $1,200 after 10 years. Why would you do that? Well, why would you just start up knowing that you're going to overpay an insurance company every month for the rest of your life? Don't do that. Be a smarter shopper. We can help you be a smart shopper. Let's look at one of them. Oh, like Lincoln Heritage. Yeah, they're a fine company. I guess. I mean, look at that. They're the same price pretty much as Colonial Penn. Look at that. See, $149 versus, $150. It is level first day coverage. I'll give them that. But yeah, quite a bit more expensive. And the reason is Lincoln Heritage has a program when you pass away, they will call 2 or 3 different funeral homes and maybe do a couple other things, try to get you the lowest pricing type thing. But they charge more for that. They charge more. It costs more. You don't want to pay more. No. It's like $35 more a month, just like Colonial Penn. That's $420 a year after 10 years. That's going to be right around an extra $4,200, $4,200. Think about that. Is it worth paying an insurance company an extra like $4,200 roughly to call 2 or 3 funeral homes and maybe do a couple of other things that may only take an hour or so? Yeah, most people would say no. Most people would say that's a kind of a good payday for the insurance companies. Yikes. So what we do at Funeral Funds of America, we provide actually free of charge. You can download this off our website and print it out, a funeral and estate planning guide. And all you do is you fill that out, who gets what goes where, and what you want done after you're gone. And then you just keep it with your insurance policy. And then when you pass away, your family just comes and gets the insurance policy, and that delivers the money, that protects them financially. And then the funeral and estate planning guide allows them to fulfill your final wishes exactly as you wanted. All they need to do is execute your wishes. And they'll know that they're doing everything exactly the way you want it, and you've provided the money to do it with the insurance policy. And they'll know that you love them and that you cared for them and you were thinking of them not only in life, but actually in death as well. And what a wonderful legacy to leave behind. They will know that you truly love them. So, yeah, we can help you out with that. Go to funeralfunds.com. We've got these quarters pretty much every page. We've got a special one for our YouTube visitors, funeralfunds.com/YouTube. And you can get actually special pricing and special rates there. So you can also call us at 888-862-9456. Our agents can run these numbers for you personally and help you understand what you qualify for. But So if you've got an existing policy and you just want to price shop it, we can help you out with that. If you've got an existing policy, you want to add coverage to it, we can help you out with that. If you are just looking for a brand new policy, we can help you out with that. And if you just want help or information, you're getting the idea. We can help you out with that. So we really enjoy getting people the most coverage for the least amount of money. We look forward to helping you out with this at some point in the future. Until that day comes, you stay safe, you take care, you have a nice day. Bye-bye.